We're going to do this quick PSA. The last one for the day. Wishing everybody had a great day. I must say, it's some energy that came my way like a few minutes ago today. And it kind of, I ain't gonna say it bothered me a little bit because I don't like to be bothered by shit, but it kind of bothered me a little bit. Yeah. Um, life is not always fair. Okay, I want to say that first of all. Life is not always fair. You're not gonna always get the cards you think you're gonna get. Okay, I want to say that first of all. Um, a lot of our lives have not been easy. A lot of our lives have not been easy, but you don't allow that to take away your goodness, your kindness, your grace, your faith, your hope, your love, your kindness, your sanity. Yeah, we're gonna just use those right there. Listen, I don't get bothered. I don't. I try my best not to be bothered by stuff. And if I do get bothered, I'm gonna talk about it. Okay? I talk about it. I like to talk. I'm a communicator. I'm a communicator. I like to communicate. That's how you get shit straight. You communicate. But it seems that a lot of people don't know how to communicate the proper way. Okay? Sometimes it comes from back in the day, stuff that people go through, and sometimes different stuff can trigger you. Trigger you means that it can bother you because you haven't healed from it, boo. And a lot of stuff can trigger you. Somebody can say can trigger you, something you can smell can trigger you, something you see can trigger you. Okay, so I don't really like to be bothered. By the way, I don't like to be bothered by nothing because I feel like life is beautiful. It is. Life is beautiful. Life can be beautifuler if you wanted to. It just depends on you, and then it also depends on the people around you too. It does. It depends on it. It depends on it, and then sometimes it depends on people that ain't around you. Sometimes it depends on people you don't even know. Sometimes it's like people you ain't even met before. Let me see. It go deep, deep, real deep. But I was I try to stay in my own little zone. Okay, I try to be on what I be on, and this spiritual thing that I'm definitely into. I'm talking about to the full extent of the law, boo. I'm into it. The spiritual thing. I want to know what God can bring, because I know people bring things that they shouldn't bring. Yeah. Um, and some of those things, some of us don't like down here. I don't like a lot of stuff. I don't. I try to make it not be just about me, but I found out that the energy be damn near everybody that I see, I don't see. It just be that energy that energy of sadness, madness, goodness, just the different jealousy, envy, greedy, and just all those different energies. And you don't see them. You don't see them. Everything can't be seen by the physical eye. That's why you have to use that spiritual eye, the spiritual one. You have to use the spiritual because a lot of stuff that actually is happening, you don't see it happening. But some stuff has happened in my life as a woman, as they call it, black woman, as a strong woman, very strong woman. Very, very strong woman. I think I was strong since, well, I was born. Obviously, I think I was strong. But sometimes we get weak, you know. But I never want to be weak for temptation. If you know what I'm saying. Like weak for stuff that we seek that we don't need, really. We don't need it. We want stuff that we don't need when we should, well, we need stuff we don't want. It's confusing, but life, life be life and sometimes, life it do. And like I said, what I was trying to tell each of you is that we can get through anything. And I wanted to be the example of it. I got a book that I'm writing, and it's called, the title of it is How I Survived Spell Work from All of them. Yeah, that's going to be the title of my book, How I Survived Spell Work from All of them. And y'all know how they do that, all of them, ALLUMMM, all of them. That's going to be the title of my book. Y'all be looking for that this year, okay? Definitely this year. It's got to be. Because really my life is a movie, baby. It is. It's a movie. It's a movie. It's probably go from book to movie screen, but definitely how I survived all these things. And then I didn't even know it. Not knowing and surviving, I said, it can't be nobody but God, baby. It can't be nobody but God. It's not man. It's not one man. It's God. It's got to be. Because when you don't see these things, and spiritual awakening and spiritual journeys and all that stuff, it is different than just some regular shit. It's not regular. It's deep. It's deep. And I noticed that a lot of people that when they first get on it, people, when you talk about things that people are not familiar with, they'll say, "Oh, you crazy bitch." I'm used to that. I'm used to it because, like I said, when you talk about stuff that people don't know about, ain't trying to find out and shit like that, then yeah, you'll be a crazy bitch. A crazy bitch. But God is not crazy. God has so many ideas and things that, shit, look where we at, bitch. All this shit, God. All of it. All of it. And I had to realize the good and the bad. Yeah, my dad, the good and bad. And speaking of dads and moms and stuff, I don't even know where to start with this stuff. I don't know where to start with it, but because I wanted this one to be like a good one. But as my spiritual journey is different than other people's spiritual journey. Everybody's spiritual journey is not going to be alike because we all different. But mine, and dealing with different energies and stuff, because I deal with a lot of energies, a lot of different energies and shit. And sometimes they get mixed up a little bit. They might be like, oh no. But it's like if you around it, it can become you. And that's why the names and stuff it be coming out like that too, because you're around it and evidently you participated in it so much to where it is coming out in the air. So something about the air is coming out in the air. Everything we do down here, it comes out in the air. It don't nothing ever disappears, like gravity, and it's science basically. Spirituality is science. It's just nothing but science. And once you become so in tune with yourself, it's like, hell, everything you've damn near been through, everybody around you have been through too. And some people haven't dealt with it yet. We're going to say that. Dealt with it yet. A lot of people don't know how to deal with certain shit. That's why I be like, okay, I call y'all crazy and dumb and shit. I don't mean it. I'm sorry. I mean, I do, but I don't mean it because it's like, hell, at first I thought it went right. Like shit, like goddamn, why ain't everybody doing that? But also another thing too, it's not for everybody. You see what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody to overstand at the same time. It's not for everybody to know at the same time. Some people ain't gonna never want to know. I'm going to work. I'm gonna do the regular, the basics and shit. But some of us are not gonna do that. We're not. We're building for. Well, some of us are not just thinking about the people here with us now and shit. We thinking about, hell, 30, 36. The years that we're going to get, regardless. Like whether we're here, whether y'all here or not, we're going to get a 30, 36 is going to come about. And I'm thinking like, yeah, that's too far to be thinking. You ain't going to even be here. Well, in case I'm not, which I doubt it, the ones that are here, you would want them to be taken care of and not go through so many things that we all went through. Well, I would, boo. I wouldn't want you to go through like the stuff I went through as far as the sexual abuse and the being swiped out, being sold and being talked about and all. I wouldn't want the future children to go through that. Not one of them. Mine or not, I would not. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And that's what I'm building for. I'm building for future generations, not just from the generations, probably 2 or 3 generations. No, I'm talking about and generations that want to grow and then leave their children some more, so it can just go past. Well, you're supposed to pass it down. You're supposed to pass it down. You're supposed to give them that toxicity. You know, that's what's been passed down. Toxicity, jealousy, envy, uh, shit, all kind of V's. Okay, it's been passed down. And I was like, okay, I don't want to pass that down because I've been through it, and I'm like, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not. That is not a healthy. There's nothing healthy about that passing trauma. There's nothing healthy about it. And to say that everybody is the same. And so that's why when the bloodlines kind of change and shit, everybody is not the same around this bitch. Just because you kin to people don't mean you are like those people. And then I found I'm not even kin to them people, but I'm still not like those people. Regardless, I'm not. I don't want to be. You have a choice. You have a choice. People say you don't have choices. They lying. They don't have a choice, or they didn't take their choice seriously. That's what it is. People don't take their choices seriously. They take it, oh, okay, this is going to be for right now. No, we're talking about later on, too. And if not, you need to start thinking like that, but for later on, too. Like, if I do this right now, what is this going to help? And what is this going to hurt? Who is this going to help? Who is this going to hurt? And also remember that in each decision, you're going to either help yourself too or hurt yourself, boo. And I don't hurt. I don't like being hurt. So if I don't like being hurt, then what I'm going to do? I'm going to help somebody else not to be hurt. What I'm saying is the lady that I just spoke with. Okay, I told y'all earlier I had talked to my daddy, bitch. I found out who my daddy is and stuff, and he, gave up on us, and you trust, you would think, and this is another thing, you would think that because you have a mom and dad, they're so glad to have you, but that's not always the circumstances, but it's not. It's not always the circumstances, and for somebody else to be like, oh, my daddy don't love me, my mama don't love, and yeah, I did that there. But I said, okay, God is fair. And if they don't care, then they can share that everywhere, but not over here. And everybody's not going to feel that. Everybody's like, I want my mama back. I want my daddy back. No. If they don't want me, then you let them go. And guess what? God knows. So, yeah. It's not, I'll be talking about my mama on here, and I'm telling my story on here with no shame. And hell yeah, I'm going to give names. No shame. And hell yeah, I'm going to give names because if all these people play these same kind of games, yeah, I know I need to change. And I did. And like I said, this was happening before I even was a kid. In the womb, before you even get in the womb. Yeah. Something is assumed about you and all that shit. Even before a lot of us got here, bitch, we was already targets. We was already targets. We was already going to be placed in these situations to see how we was going to react and shit. That's what they do a lot of experiments down this bitch, to see how we going to react to certain shit. Because they want you to act a fool. They do. They think it's cool. Watch them act a fool. Watch it. And then my thing about this, because our people, I'm going to say that, our people, they already got us down for that. They gonna act a fool. They gonna act a fool. They ain't gonna never get together. They gonna stay divided. So fuck them. Kill them off. Now fuck it. Let them kill each other and shit. And I'd be damned if y'all ain't doing that. When you kill somebody's spirit, you can also kill them too. That's why I say people, it's been a lot of killings down here, boo. A lot of them. Killing people's spirit, killing the kids' spirit by touching on them, by feeling like that's okay. And this is what I wanted to say about that shit. Because incest, that's what I've been dealing with. A lot of incest shit. Like people that have been molested, sexual abused when they were little children and shit. It's like, that is really all I've dealt with. I'm on some serious shit. And the men, it's like, once they are brought in, because I'm telling you, we are brought into shit. Oh, shit. It'd be so ridiculous, bitch. We be brought into some shit, like shit that our people know has already happened or has been done before, and instead of letting us know, like, don't go over there with your bro or your cousin or your daddy and your sister, don't go over there. They like, go on over there. We gonna all go over here, knowing that there's a possibility that something could happen again to the other babies and stuff that they be bringing in. Nobody pays attention. Well, people pay attention, and then, like the lady said, a lot of people are ashamed because it happened to them and stuff. And I used to think that about my mother. I'm like, my mother never said that, yeah, baby, I have been through sexual abuse. But that being my mother, or supposed to be, you don't even have to tell me. I knew that already because I went through it. I'm not gonna go through it, and until somebody stop it, then everybody gonna continue to go through it. So she didn't ever have to say like, "Baby, yes, this happened to me this day," and I never said a word. Still to this day, and I doubt if she ever would say, but it's okay, you know. That's how I have grown. Yeah, by people don't even have to say nothing like that there. Men, I know a lot of men that I've dealt with have been sexually abused too, but being a man, you don't want that look on you because it do something. Because if you're molested by a man, it makes other people like, oh, he must be gay. Now, if it's a woman, it's, but the energy still come out because usually when people are sexually abused, they are promiscuous. Promiscuous. I've been promiscuous before. Sexual abuse though, and it's not an excuse for it because after, well, when the time comes for you to realize like this is not you, then you'll realize that too. But that's what sexual abuse do. That's why I say I know a lot of you have been sexually abused. How you act, how you talk to people, especially men. Y'all talk to women like, child, I'm your friend, I didn't do that to you. That's something that I would never do, and I'm sorry that it happened too. But you're not going to be talking crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, it's fair, knowing that I didn't do that though. I would never. I wouldn't want that. That's the devil. That's the devil. I would never want nobody to have to experience that level because this is different levels. It's levels to this shit. It is, and if you want to stay up, then you got to get over it. Sometimes without apologies, sometimes without communication, sometimes without closure. Without closure. Sometimes we ain't gonna get closure for things that we know we didn't do or, it's not our fault and stuff like that. Sometimes, and like I said, there's something else to be laughing about. But emotions, that's how they grow. Like that's how you grow up. You're like, oh, okay, certain people do this kind of stuff. I'm not expecting an apology from you. I'm not expecting for you to say that you did it, boo. I'm not expecting. And rejection, I realize that too. Sometimes it is God's protection. Rejection. Sometimes it's good to be rejected for a motherfucker to say they don't fuck with you or don't say nothing at all, but don't fuck with you. And then you realize they can't fuck with you. But yeah. And then I've noticed that when people can even get a little emotion out of you, whether it's a mostly mad emotions or some kind of angry emotion or they're happy with that because the saying of hurt people hurt people. People been using that for a long time. Hurt people hurt people. Change. Where hurt people help people. That's change. Not hurt people keep hurting people and keep hurting people and now everybody fucking hurting. Family has a different definition too. Because just because that's your mom and dad don't mean they love you. Because love, I told you, love don't. I had to learn it. I had to learn it. And like I said, I just learned about it. Even a feeling of it, I want to say 16 years ago. And I'm 53. Well, at least that's what they tell me, 53. But 16 years ago, when I first even, like, damn, this is what love. But that was also kind of tricky because it was from what I was raised in, the love that, and then my love that I started feeling, matter of fact, and I had mixed it up and shit, and I was like, no, had to think about it. No, this ain't the way you love either, bitch. But that feeling that I did get, it made me want to change me, to change how I see love and all that. 15 years ago. 2020, I say 2019, 2020, something like that. That's when I think I stepped into my spiritual contract. Yeah, around that time. So it's been like 6 years now. 6 years working on myself, getting myself better, wishing better for somebody else. And this is the thing too: when you love somebody, you let them go. You do, even family too. And if they return, then maybe it is love, boo, and then maybe it's something else you might need to learn. I mean, when it's your turn, you'll learn. You will learn. So I'm not forcing anybody to take anything that I say as, oh, you got to do it like this. You can do it however you want to do it, as long as you get it done. I'm just doing mine this way. No competition, no comparing, no none of that. I'm just doing mine this way. And I love it. If you don't doing this something, if you're not doing something that you love, then you the problem, not me. I do something I love every day, as you can see. I'm talking about love it, like real love for it. Real love for it. And when you love something or somebody and stuff, it don't just go away. Not like that. It'll always come back when it's love like that. Real love and shit. But yeah, as I was talking to this lady, I'm going to keep saying this lady, because I found out she don't like me. I finally, I've seen, y'all people be talking to me and shit, but I finally got one that admitted that she don't like me, bitch. I'm serious. I'm serious. Listen, y'all, the other day I went in the store, right? And I had on my little pretty dress. Y'all see my little pretty dress the other day. The one that had the burgundy and the brown and all that. Anyway, I'm trying to think of I didn't have my toes done that day. That's what it was. I didn't have my toes done. It was the other day. I didn't have my toes done and shit, right? So I had put on me some socks, because I always, put my socks on when I take a bath. I always rub my feet down and stuff, put me some socks on. Anyway, I had my little socks and my little slides on, right? So I'm not getting off the subject, but I just thought about this. When this lady, when this lady that I just talked to, it had me go back to this moment. Anyway, I went in the store, whatever. She said, you looking so pretty today. I love that dress on you. She said, but them shoes do not go with that. Hold on. And guess what, baby? I couldn't do no but just, I said, okay, friend. I said, friend. I did. I got a friend. But guess what, y'all? She was a Caucasian lady. A Caucasian lady told me that at the store the other day. She said my dress was cute. I was looking pretty and stuff. But she said, them shoes don't go with that. You might want to take them off. I said, well, thank you, friend. I said, because anybody else probably would have said, that looks good. I said, we could be friends because you ain't lied to me. I said, I knew they didn't go together. I said, they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I said, and I don't have my toes done. So I didn't want my toes to be out, So we just laughed it off or whatever. But I thought, that was kind of cute for the Caucasian lady to be honest with me, is what I was trying to tell you when I told y'all that story. Being honest with me. She was very honest and very cool. We just laughed and, and when I was leaving the store, I was like, well, thank you, friend. See you next time. It was funny because, usually those are the ones that tell the lies. Yeah. What I said right there. Anyway, the lady. That what made me think about the lady that don't like me. Well, I ain't gonna say it like that. She corrected me right now. Didn't like me. Didn't like me. Didn't like the sight of me. Didn't like the thought of me. Didn't like me at all. Right? She passed away. Matter of fact, she's passed away. But she didn't like me at all. Not one bit. Not even one spit. If I was on fire, she wouldn't spit on me. That's a lot of hate, you see. I'm serious, that's a lot of hate for a motherfucker if I was on fire. Because I done said that too. I was like, if a motherfucker on fire, I wouldn't even spit on him. Where I get that from. In my cussing, It's a lot I learned about myself, y'all, and I don't mind sharing it with people because I'm like, and if somebody else might be going through the same shit, I'm like, God damn, this is like a movie, bitch, for real. But the same way. And I'm like, she's so, I couldn't say mean because she reminded me of the lady. Like, she told me straight up, she wouldn't spit fire. I mean, wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire. Just being honest about it. And because God is honest. I got to say that. God is honest. God is so honest. Like, baby, it's going to hurt a little bit, but hey, get them tears out and shit and come on. We got work to do. And that's what I did too. I was like, okay, why she have to say, like that away. Like, damn, I ain't do nothing to you, ma'am. I don't even know you. I don't know her. But she know me. And I'm like, so who you be? Like, who are you to me? You know, child. Listen, baby. It was. She said I can call her my granny now. My granny, my grandmother, my grandmother, my grandmother, y'all didn't like me. She seemed like we cool now. Hey, child, she seemed like we cool now, but well, I guess she was just being honest. Some people don't like honesty. And that's why I just had my little moment too. I'm like, so you don't like honesty? You talk all honest shit, but you didn't like what she said, bitch? Yeah. And it had me a tear to the shell. Because we all somewhere have been somewhere together. But yeah, I had me a moment over here. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, God be doing some stuff. God be doing some stuff like, oh, I'm going to test you too. See how you feel about that, boo. I didn't like it. I didn't. For my own grandmother not to have liked me, not even the fucking sight of me. Oh, shit, that's how she said it. Like, shit. She said, I'm free, bitch. That's it. She said she liked me. Not even the sight of me. For real. And that's why my daddy hadn't invited me. Yeah. And we talked about the incest and molestations and just different stuff. That women like us should be able to trust another woman like us and talk about this type of stuff. Even if you don't like me. Yeah. And that's why I had a tear to the shell. I'm like, you don't like me, but we talking about, but I guess, I don't like no mess. I don't like mess. I don't like mess. I'm not messy. No. And she said that too. She said, I know you're not messy. She said, I might be a little messy, but I know you're not messy. And that kind of made me feel better a little bit. Sometimes you might hear some horse shit, and then, then you'll hear something better to kind of like unhorsing it. Yeah, we're going to do that one right there. But it was kind of funny, but it wasn't funny. It was kind of hurtful, but I'm not hurting. It was a lesson. It was a message that sometimes, even I need. I give y'all a lot of messages, but sometimes I need one too. Like just a message to say like, yeah, it's you. It ain't you, something, That's so we can grow up. Because I want to be grown up. I want to be a grown up. You know how you be little and you be like, man, I can't wait till I grow up. I remember I used to say this all the time. I was like, I can't wait till I grow up. Because my mother had 5 of us. And it wasn't no going to all that McDonald's stuff. My mother was cooking for us cabbage. And I was like, I'm so tired of eating cabbage and black eyed peas and butter beans and stuff. But that's because that was, I guess, good cooking. Good soul food and shit. But I was like, when I get older, I'm going to eat McDonald's every day, bitch. And I actually did that shit for like maybe 2 or 3 years when I got, grown and buy my own shit. McDonald's me every day, bitch. I was serious for about 2 or 3 years. Until my supposed to be auntie, like, baby, you're not going to be eating McDonald's every day. Yeah, that's when McDonald's went away. But, yeah. That's why I say growing up and being grown down here is kind of hard sometimes. You ever wish in your mind, like, I wish I can go home and stay with my mama. Well, I don't. I'm serious, I don't. Nah. Just trying to grow up on y'all. That's all. Had to grow up on y'all. No more daddy's little girl at all. Like, damn. And you know what I found out too, sir, ma'am? Knowing that the dad that I had was bad, but so was all the other dads. You know, it's not like I'm putting them all in different categories because they all fit the same category to me. And then to know that the guys that I dated was like those men too. The daddy that I didn't have, the daddy that I have that didn't want me, and all. It's just crazy. But same guy, same with the guys and shit. Want to play with your heart a little bit, play, and then you ain't supposed to say nothing. And fuck all that. We can't do that no more. We gotta speak up so a motherfucker know, like, no, that's not how it's gonna go, baby, not with me. You know? Not gonna go that way with me. But my grandmother got a message for my daddy and the family and the other families that also was like my granny. My granny said, a lot of us don't like you. She said, a lot of them don't like you. And guess why? Because of what I do about the truth. You know? Said, oh. And then she had the, what they call it? Only child syndrome, too. Yeah. Only child syndrome. Anybody else got the only child syndrome? You the only child and you think, oh, ain't nobody, shit, your mama, your dad, just you. Child. I think I'm the only child, too. I do. I think I'm the only child. But the only child syndrome, mean as hell, on what everybody else be on. Yeah. And that's the only reason why she came around here, to tell me that. About my soul contract and why my daddy never came back. And child, I cried for a few minutes. I did. Cried like I was a little kid. Yeah. But sometimes you have to get that shit up out of there so you can just like stay focused on the next journey. Like, thank you for letting me know, you know. But she said, I watched you grow. And that's sad too, though. I'm like, damn, that's weird because if you knew where I was at, if you know who I am, matter of fact, why would you do your grandbaby like that? She said, because of where she came from at. Yeah. That's why I said earlier, remember I told y'all earlier, I said, apologize. I said, I'm sorry that Oprah Winfrey, same situation and shit. You know, a lot of women go through stuff that they ain't hear from yet, especially the older ones. A lot of these older people that, you know, believe in that incest and stuff, though, it's from slavery. It's from things that happened to them, you know. And some people hurt so long, though. So long. I can't shit. You gotta be strong to hurt that long, but then it also carries burdens on them. You notice that? It carries burdens on them. If you hurt so long with shit, then you start hurting people around this bitch. That's why I'm like, y'all gotta get rid of that for real. That's why I say take a moment and heal. I heal, child. I'm here from it. I'm like, okay, Granny, thank you for, you know, being truthful with me, though. Being truthful. Truthful. I like the truth. I mean, it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna help. It's gonna hurt, baby. I promise you it's gonna hurt, because that just hurt my little heart. I'm like, damn. For a family to be like that. I'm like, so that's why I say when my family and my real family and my soul family and I get together, oh, what a beautiful time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful time. Because I done been with all the other family types and the family hypes and all that shit. I don't want no more family like that. I don't. And I won't be accepting no more family like that. No. I'd rather you be like her, my grandmother. Don't even come around me, ho. I'm serious, like, she come around, she like, I wasn't fucking with you. I don't give a fuck who go get you. I wasn't gonna fuck with you. And I told that boy, my daddy, don't fuck with her. And he didn't fuck with me either. That's why I say it's a lot of Judas and Peters down here. It is. And then another thing that I didn't like either is because once, I don't know if this is because of molestation, incest, and I don't know why some of our kin people be having different thoughts and stuff about us when they come from incest and stuff. Have other kind of thoughts about us. And sometimes it's best that they stay away. Yeah. Because, yeah, for your highest good. That's what it said, for your highest good. So it ain't like the relationship dead, but that's why the relationship dead. That's why it's been dead. Yeah. And that's why the daddies that I've had around me down here, like the same way. I'm like, nigga, was you looking at me? I don't like that. I don't like for family figures. Let me say that. Family figures, daddies, uncles, cousins. I don't like them looking at me like that. I don't. Me as being a one, I don't like them. Yeah, I would expect it. And that's why nobody stood up for me when that happened to me when I was younger. The sexual abuse I went through, that's why none of the men said anything. Not my daddy, not my brother, not my cousin. Nobody spoke up and said or did anything about that. When Edmund Monte here, I knew he was going to take some money. But a lot of people have been paid to be devils in my life. And I found out the reason why I'm nobody's wife. I found out a lot about who was participating. It was going to really take my life. And all of it was about money. Money. That's all it was about, was money. It ain't like you did nothing to these people. Me and Granny talked. I asked her, was it okay for me to call her Granny? Me and Granny talked for a minute, one because I did nothing to them. You know, some people come from a background of you can't be around us, you can't sit with us. That's what it is. You can't sit with us kind of energy and shit. And she told me be glad that I didn't sit with them like that. Yeah. It got deep over here, baby. I'm talking about, I cried. Shit. I said, I'm glad I didn't get to deal with a lot of shit. I did the little bit, and I call it a little bit now because I'm working on it every day. The sexual abuse as a child, I didn't want it to stay. I was ready for it to go away. Even though it don't go away, you'll still have a moment of, but not like I used to. I'm going to say it like that. Not like I used to. Because I also found out that whatever you go through in life, God already got a plan. You just got to pay attention to what is God saying. What is God saying when we go through sexual abuse? That you got some healing to do. Somewhere. Somewhere. And even though it don't seem fair and shit, don't lose the love. Not even a little bit. Because when you start losing a little bit of love and a little bit, because that type of stuff can make you hateful and mean and shit. And you steady losing love from that. You got to stay where love is at, baby. Anytime, anything you're going through, you got to stay where the love is at. Because that other stuff, you'll get it back. You're going to get the love back too, but shit, not like that other stuff you do. I guess I'm over it. Over it now. I don't know that song, but yeah, that song right there. Over it now. Over it now. I'm over it now. And I apologize. Didn't I apologize to my mother? Yeah, I did apologize to my mother. I've been apologizing. My mother know I love her. I do. I just don't, want nothing but the truth. That's it. I ain't with all that other shit. But yeah. Just letting y'all know everybody not gonna be fair, but you always be fair to yourself. If never nobody else, always be fair to yourself and your feelings and your living and everything you do. Be fair to yourself, boo. Be fair to yourself, boo. First, okay, and then you can spread that sign, yeah, everywhere. I'm gonna do a quick 11 card reading with my grandmother leaving. Yeah, she passed in 2020. Yeah, she passed in 2020. Um, just interesting, and I'm glad I did get on my spiritual journey. It's not, it's because I want to be learning. I want to learn more about God and life and what life can do for you and be an example of what God said God is. I do. That's why I say I'm going to live, baby. I want to be an example of what God said is everlasting life. I want to be an example. Peace and joy, and I want to be an example. And I am going to be. Even if I never had any family. You notice I said had, not have, because I have some now. But, while I was getting put down. I was getting put down too. I didn't even know that. I was getting put down. Like, people get in the gang and shit. I got put down like that, bitch. I'm serious, I did. I got put down like that. Seriously, got put down. Even while I was getting put down. I didn't lay down. I got put down. Yeah. And anybody going through sexual abuse, incest, molestation, sexual abuse and stuff, talk about it. Talk to somebody about it. Talk to the kids about it. Make it an open conversation as if we talking about an outfit you got on, or how your hair is doing, or how your hair is growing, or whatever. Talk about it like that, baby. It's okay, y'all men. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay for y'all to have y'all brotherhoods and talk about how all y'all have been through the same similar things and how y'all can bring some peace to it. That's how y'all supposed to do it. Brotherhood, that's how y'all supposed to do it. Bring some peace to it. Don't allow other people to do it and laugh and there's nothing to laugh about. There's nothing to laugh about, baby, because generations of our people have suffered through that. And child, this should be where the ending of it is at. I don't want to look back at my children and be like, yeah, we still going through that. They got baby boy the other day. They got baby girl. By the time 26, 20, 30 get here, they said, no, we ain't going to even give it another year. They're not going to give it another year. So by the time 2027 get here, we are, working on all the incest and sexual abuse to disappear. Not like disappear, but not be near none of us. No men, no women, no boys, no girls. We don't want that in our new world. That's a good one. Thank you. Let's go and get these 11 cards, babe. I just had a moment, y'all. It was just so beautiful. Beautiful. When you have a moment, make it beautiful. Make it a beautiful moment. You make all the other moments beautiful. Make those, I ain't going to say bad moments beautiful. Make those sad moments beautiful, too. Yeah, yes, you can, boo. Make it beautiful, too. That was beautiful to me. I'm like, okay, at least I did get to free that energy, too. Because I'm like, golly. What is wrong with people, boo? What is wrong with people? And now I know what's really wrong with people. A lot of our people is sexual abuse. And that's the honest to God truth. Sexual abuse. From the older ones all the way to the younger ones. From the older ones all the way to the younger ones. And if you think about the oldest one in your family right now, the oldest one, the matriarch or the moneyarch or whatever they call them. But yeah, think about the oldest people, that's the oldest person that's still here. And if you get a chance, y'all sit down and talk, a woman or man, sit down and talk to them and see if they'll tell you, because nobody told me. Nobody. But I do know that in my supposed to be family, it did flow. And this is another thing before we get these cards on it. A lot of people are ashamed of that. And I understand that, matter of fact, that people are ashamed of that. But honey, do you actually know, can you just imagine how many of us have been there? How many of us, even the men, I mean, you ain't got to tell nobody, friend, but how many of us have already been there? And then how many children do y'all think are steady coming into this world? Okay. Think about it that way. They said 2027, by the way. They want incest, molestation, sexual abuse, and child sex trafficking and all this evil stuff to be completely away from us. And I trust God on that. I'm praying that when it leaves, it never ever come back. So, what my granny know? What my granny want us to know, honey. We're going to go ahead and see, yeah. What it be, honey? What it be? This is for the old people that have went through the same things and stuff. You know, I know a lot of them blame us and they want us to go through the same stuff, but no. Because we didn't want y'all. We didn't want y'all to go through that. Well, some of us didn't want y'all to go through that. Some people might have liked it, matter of fact, but no. We did not want that for y'all, so we wish that y'all don't want it for us. Thank you. Let's see, child. Let's see. 11 cards for my granny and me. Child, child. Little sassy. Let's say in spell work. In spell work. Incest, molestation, and spell work. Yeah. And stay at church. Yeah. That was my granny there. That's it. That was my granny. Shit, that was my granny. That was her. That was her. Yep. They was taught it. They was taught it. Because they didn't really have protection and stuff. It was supposed to be for protection mostly. But then it got costly. I don't know. But yeah, that's what it was for. So they knew it. They knew about it. Nobody told me. The elders, my bad, the elders knew about it. She said older people. She said the elders knew about it. The elders knew about it. So, like I said, if you talk to the matriarchs or the monarchs or whatever the arcs are in your family, the oldest ones, they know about it. They know about it. A lot of them went through it. A lot of them. And guess what? They knew it. The family knew it. The family know. And that's why they say it's time to let it go, y'all. Y'all can let it go now. Every family around, y'all can let it go now. Let it go now. Start talking about it like you talking about an outfit, or you finna go fuck a bitch, or you finna go suck a dick and all that. Okay? You know I'm gonna have to do it at least one time a day. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Gotta get back. I'm saying gotta get back. Gotta get back. But I'm just saying, talk about it like you talk about that. Make it easy for it to come out of your mouth. You're doing okay today, and check on these children, all of them, by the way, and watch your children around children. Watch your children around grown folks, too. Just watch your children as if you was watching you. Yeah, that go right there, too. It do. I told you I love it, baby. I do. I love it. And I know since I've been on my journey, not only have I helped myself, but I know for a fact that I've helped somebody else. And I'm proud of myself. I am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Let's get these 11 out here from Granny. Let's get these 11 out here for Granny. Okay. Somebody's name might be Annie. Annie. I'm trying to go deep, baby. She want me to go deep. Now that she sleep, she want me to go down there. She want me to go deep, okay? I knew it was something today, baby. I said 1:11, so she came to stand on business with me. That's how I look at it. I'm talking about got right into it like, yeah. No, I didn't want you over there. Okay, Greta. Okay. I guess, honey. And I wonder what my daddy would have to say. I'm serious, but he know, yeah, I know he was done that way. Yeah. Child. Let's see. We got 11 cards for my granny. Let's see. We got, hold on, y'all. They sticking together. 1, 2. Shit. 3. That one kind of folded up. 3. I'm just looking around, baby. 4. 5. 6, 7. 8, 9. Ooh, one more, 2 more, 2 more. 2 more. And my granny said, yeah, I know. So somebody watching me, my granny said, yeah, I know. 10, one more. Whew. The feeling though, it's the feeling. It's the feeling, baby. It's just the feeling. It's feelings. It's your feelings. I told you. Okay, let's see. That's 11. Make sure that's 11. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that a thick? Okay, it's 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we got 11, baby. Put this up. Put it down. She said, put it down, baby. We're going to put it down. Okay. See what Granny got to say, honey. Um, Last message. I don't have to give her name. Not because she'll be shamed, but because I know and she know that this is not a game. So I'm not going to give no names. And, oh, my daddy know things have changed. Yeah, I ain't going to get no names, y'all. I'm going to respect the lady, okay? I'm very respectful anyway. She said that. You very respectful anyway. So, yeah, I'm respectful today, y'all. Show respect. Y'all start doing that. Start showing people respect. And respect my privacy. And she said they will be. Respect my privacy. I'm a private lady and shit. I'm cooler than a bitch. But I ain't got to prove shit. That's it. Whew, I feel better. Thank y'all for being here. Anyway, it said, make it hard to offend you. Oh, my God. Didn't I tell you I was bothered? I was. Because I guess, okay. I got chills. This shit's so real. Listen, because I'm teaching people things, right? So I guess I did a video one night, because this is what she's saying. I did a video one night, and she said I said it. If you're going to say, no, I said, oh, nobody ever told me. I think so. Y'all got to go back. I probably said a lot of my videos. I'd be like, if a motherfucker don't like me or fuck with me, they ain't never told me. And this how my grandmama be. She told me. Told her, she said she wanted to goddamn spit on me if I was on fire. Well, she told me that. But she said, make it hard to offend you. Like, that shouldn't have bothered you. I told you the truth. You said you want the truth, right? So, yeah. And that's why they call it right there. Make it hard to offend you. That's what my granny boo said. She said, okay, this card is, I ignore a lot of DMs because I'm not. Let me get my glasses, y'all. Child. I'm gonna sit these right here. Y'all just hold them for me for a minute. Let me get my glasses. Oh, my glasses behind me. Damn. My glasses right here, y'all. They right here. Hold on, honey. Okay. It says, I ignore a lot of DMs because I want you to find your soulmate, and it ain't me. That's helping people, helping men without having sex with them. Because I want you to find your soulmate, because it ain't me. That's how I be. Yeah. That's me. Female rapper. Female rapper. He said, I don't like rappers. Female rapper. I'm a female rapper for real. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just put it in words, poetic justice, for justice. Female rapper. Mm-hmm. It said he wants something serious with you. My daddy do. And she did too now. Well, then. But she said she wasn't going to let me win. She wouldn't. Not with my daddy. She wasn't going to let me win. But she did let me know, like, your daddy love you. He do. He just got issues too. Yeah. But he do want something serious with me out here. Like some daddies, like I said, didn't I say something about, sometimes they get with people that keep them away, and then some shit that might have happened to them back in the day. They might feel a certain way about their dads or their moms and shit. I did say that. I had already healed from that. Especially when I knew that Ronnie Brown was not my daddy, matter of fact. But I healed from that. I'm like, so where my daddy at? What the fuck? But yeah, I already healed from that though. Yep. It says Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren. She like name brand, if I know that. Ralph Lauren. Some of her peoples, some of her favorite peoples, some of her favorite stuff is Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren. It said, congratulations, you deserve it. Thanks, Granny. Yeah. Because even my real granny, well, my mama's mother, she ain't a real lover either. I'm serious, she ain't a real lover either, but this one right here, baby, I'm serious. At least she taught me, well, my other grandmother would too. She was like, I'll fool with you, but yeah. God is always going to be fair, baby. That's why I say you ask God. You can ask God anything. Anything. And you going to get the answers. It might be strange and shit, but hell, ain't you get the answer, bitch? Well, that's how I be looking at it. I'm like, well, at least I got the answer when I asked for that purple pig that day. And I seen it, by the way. I told y'all I seen that purple pig. It came on my goddamn, and I should have shared. I'm going to start sharing shit. When I ask for it, hell, you get answers. You get answers. And my granny said, congratulations, you deserve it. Whatever I get, I deserve it, bitch. Anyway, it said, if you ever were a piece of shit to me and you know it, shame on you. Now, this is one from my granny boo, because she said it was all in the family do. All in the families, baby. All these families do the same shit. That incest, molestation, and all that. It's a lot of families. Yeah. And if y'all was a piece of shit to her too there. If you ever were a piece of shit to me, and you know it, shame on you. And y'all know it too. She said, y'all know it. She said, y'all know y'all was, a piece of shit to me. Now she wouldn't be. Some people learn their lessons early. Some people learn their lessons late. But I think before we all leave here, I think everybody should be straight. I do. I just think so. Yeah. So if you want to come back for some more, you feel me? Don't worry about it. We got demolition. It mean knock this shit out. Incest, molestation, sexual abuse, what I was talking about. It's getting knocked out, baby. I promise you. We don't want the next generation and the next generation to come in having to go through that. And if you do, we're going to leave your ass where you at. There you go. Y'all start fantasizing about other people and not the children. Fantasize about other people outside of your families. It'll work out better. You ain't got to get together with your family and sneak with your family or want to lay with your family and have bad intentions for your family. That's not what family do. And my granny do love me too. She just didn't know how to show you. That's all. And that's a problem with a lot of y'all. You don't know how to show love. Never had love before. So how would you know if you never had real love before? Demolition. Knocking them out, hoe. She said knocking them out, hoe. I'm knocking them out. Knocking them out. Demolition. Molestation and incest and all that. Demolition. Knocking it all out. Knocking it all out. It's time to talk about it, baby. I promise you it is. We got bison. Bison. There's something about them bulls. Bison. Ain't them the bull things? Bison. Bison. Ain't bison bulls? Them bulls? Why is bull bison out here? 10:10 on the damn thing, y'all. 10:37. We're going to use that for our, what's the name? Because 10:37, 3 and 7 is 10, so that's 10:10. That's why I say it's numbers, friend. She said, I'm 10:10. Yeah. She said I was always going to win. Thank you. She made me feel better, though. After she told me she didn't like me. That's it. I don't like it. I'm going to fuck with you. It says, your mom's mom does not like you. Yeah, your granny. My mom don't like me either. I told you my granny, my other granny. She don't like me either. But my dad's mom just let me know. But I knew she didn't really fuck with me, though. Well, can't fuck with me, though. But I knew she didn't like me, though. I already knew that. Yeah. I already knew that, though. So your mom's mom does not like you. Yeah, your granny. Your mom's mom. So my dad's mom is telling me that my mom's mom don't like me either. That would be her. Oh, shit, that would be her. And why you say, I don't like you? Your mama don't like you? Me? That's why I can't even be mad at her. I can't be even mad at her. It said you getting it all back today. Yes, today. You getting it all back. Yes, today. Yes, today. You see it? You getting it all back today. Yeah, today. I'm telling the lady, man. And I done had like few little moments of where I might have a tear or two. But this motherfucker had me a boo-a-hoo. I don't like to do all that now. But it's healing. You know, I got a different feeling about crying and shit. Because I'm like, bitch, if I cry, I'm going to kill you, bitch. No, I was just playing. But yeah, I don't be liking to cry down here. Because, you know, you got to heal. You do. And now I don't mind crying. I mean, even in front of you, I'm about to cry. If I gotta cry, I gotta cry. Fuck all that shit. And plus, it heals you a little bit. And I just healed some shit right there. Because I'm like, for a lady that didn't care, she shared some shit. And even if you don't care, you can at least do that. Like, come on, man. Y'all are ridiculous. But y'all, child, just wanted to share that little moment with y'all there. I cry good enough to where I can go to sleep. Now I can just lay down and just snore like a bull. I'm serious. I feel too, because that was a good cry, boo. Sometimes you have to cry too. Sometimes I have to cry. Sometimes I have to cry. Sometimes I have to cry. Sometimes, but I'll be fine as long as I don't lose my mind. Yeah. I'm finna go to bed. I ain't got time to play with y'all, but yeah. And to my daddy, yeah. I understand. I overstand. I do. Yeah, I do. And my mama, I do too. And guess what? So should you. Okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna lay my crying head down. I'm serious. I feel like that. But yeah, y'all be good out there. And share this message. Like, share, comment too. And let God do what God gonna do. You ain't gotta work with him too. I'm serious. You got to. Anyway, love y'all. Bye.